For well over a century, Greenwich Village has been a place for writers, artists, musicians, and other creative types. So it's no surprise that Grove Court, down here on Grove Street, would become the backdrop and inspiration for one of O. Henry's great short stories, The Last Leaf. The Last Leaf is about a young woman, an artist, living up on the top floor of this building. And she becomes sick with a bout of pneumonia. And she lays in her bed gazing out the window at these vines that creep up the side of her building. And she begins to believe that as the winter winds are blowing the leaves off the vine, that she is getting sicker and sicker. And she believes that when the last leaf falls off the vine, that her life will be over. Now down below, her neighbor is an old man, an artist as well. His whole life he has been trying to paint his masterpiece. He hasn't done it. He's getting old. Time is running out. He's practically given up on painting. He knows the young woman upstairs and knows this ridiculous notion she has about the correlation between the leaves and her mortality. But he knows that as each leaf falls, she gets sicker, and he's concerned for her well-being. So on the night when there was one solitary leaf hanging off the vine, the old man climbs up there in the middle of the night during a wicked storm, and he paints one solitary leaf on the side of the building so it appears to be attached to the vine. Now the true last leaf has fallen, but the young woman doesn't know this. Every morning she wakes up and she sees this one leaf that will not fall in spite of the howling, blowing winds of winter. And she begins to believe that maybe her destiny is not death, but maybe it's rather in the courage and strength to persevere and hang on to something as precious as life as the last leaf does. And so she does. And she goes on to make a full recovery. Now, O. Henry always has a twist at the end. And in this one, the old man dies from pneumonia because he was out there in the storm painting all night. But the idea was that he finally painted his masterpiece. And it wasn't this big grand gesture we might associate with a masterpiece, but it was rather this simple little leaf, this inspiration that would inspire this young girl to hang on and live another day. If you haven't read The Last Leaf, check it out. And if you're down in Greenwich Village, swing by Grove Court.